Hey guys, what's up? Check out this sound. It's so beautiful. It's just so simple and so beautiful. I think with guitar this is one of the most useful and beautiful sounds to actually play. It's really articulating what's happening. I'm playing F or B flat or B flat minor. I'm just playing two notes. It's basically a tenth. And what is a tenth? Tenth. A tenth is a third with an octave displacement. So we get this bigger interval, but it sounds so great because we get a lot of overtones from that note, from the lower note. So this is basically major and minor thirds, but it's so useful. So what I want to do right now is just go over 4 really cool points to use it, and then I'll also at the end show you the framework of how to practice it. Let's do it. 1. Check this out. So all I'm doing here is actually playing those tenths. So I want to show you this line because this is basically this concept of kind of mixing those sounds with the tenth and lines is really effective. So check this out. I really played like a simple line, right? So E flat, little bend, D, hair of bend, and C. And then I'm playing C, D minor, D sharp minor for a quick second to E minor. So I'm feeling and hearing this in C major. There is one chromatic thing going there, just connecting the D to the E. So you see 3, 3rd fret and 5th fret, 1st finger, 5th finger. That's it. And then descending the same idea, E minor, E flat, D minor to C. So it's really basically again just C major with a little chromatic thing here. Now the reason I want you guys to pick up this line is not because it's the best line in the universe, but this line is kind of the framework of how to work on these tenths, because you can play any line right. I'm just grabbing those tenths from the scale and messing around with it. It could be more bluesy, it could be more scale, it could be anything you want. But that concept of just really seeing the tenth on the scale, on the key, we'll talk about at the end of the video, and then connecting that with a line. So check it out one more time. Now rhythmically, it's not very complex, but it's a little bit syncopated. So if I'm feeling the beat here, 1, 2, 3. So you see, it's so simple and it's kind of cool. It's always surprising to me how connecting those dyads, those tenths and different intervals with C major or A pentatonic creates those cool sounds. And I just want to show you how easy and simple it is to really acquire this skill. 2. We're gonna play the same line but an octave above. So you see, I'm really just grabbing those tenths from the scale and a little bit of lines, not anything crazy, but just the mix between them is interesting. The contrast of this like something rhythmic and simple, but this like boom, 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 this feeling of motion and progression, right? Because these tenths are basically also an indication of harmony, because we can really hear C major, D minor, E minor. Again, you don't have to think about it at this moment as chords, but I think that feeling of connectivity of lines and something that it has harmonic content is really freaking cool. 3. Before I'm showing you guys all the framework of the fretboard, with the 10th that I think is super important. I'll show you a few exercises how I go about it to really master it. I do want to add one more thing. So here I'm gonna take, this is fret 10 and fret 12. This is our 10th. This is the sound we're dealing with today. But now I'm gonna add the 5th to that, which basically gives us a triad. This is 1, 3, and 5. And it's just so beautiful because with guitar, again, even if I'm just taking a major chord, a little minor, so all I'm doing is adding the 5th on the 12th fret as well. What I'm trying to say is that if you practice and work on the 10th like we're gonna do in a second, you can also basically get all the triads. Okay, so what I want to do right now is just take the C major to F major to G major. Really simple, 1, 4, 5. But now what I want to do is adding this open string. So one of the cool things with guitar is we have all these open strings that gives it this slash kind of sound. So you can kind of hammer on or pull off to get all these sounds. So check this out. So from a 10th that we had just 1 and 3, we're adding the 5th. So we're getting C major, F major, and G major, 1, 4, 5, the most basic progression maybe in guitar and music. But here, just by getting that open string, we get a whole different beautiful sound. You feel this? Like any skill, you want to internalize this information deeply so you don't think about it. So it takes a little bit of practice, but once you got it, you really got it, and you can create a lot of really cool things like you saw before. Okay, so basically I'm gonna take C major scale. I'm gonna start with 5th string. Just if you're not clear about how to practice this, the C major scale, there's also a PDF with a notation and tab on my Patreon. Thanks. Because this is 1st finger and 4th finger. Again, this is what's comfortable for me. You can do whatever is best for you. I think this is not a bad fingering. And I'm just gonna go scale-wise. So this is C major, and I am aware of the scale and the sound. So I'm really thinking C major, C and E, D minor, D and F, E minor, E and G. So I'm trying to listen as carefully as possible and kind of keep tagging the information with every action that I'm doing on the fingerboard. So I'm really aware of the fingering, the location, the sound, and trying to think about, oh, this is minor, major, okay, this is F major, this is, again, F and A, G, A minor, B diminished, right? But still, I'm just playing a 3rd, but I'm kind of imagining that sound in my mind, like to see. So basically, C, D, E, F, G, E, B diminished, again, and C major. And again, we're just doing 3rds, right? 10th in that sense, 1 and 3. Now in time with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time with me and think about the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A minor, G, F major, E minor, D minor, C. So just try to be aware of that sound and what's happening. Cool. Now from the 6th string, I'm gonna start with E minor because it's my lowest octave. This is open E and open G, and then F major, G major, A minor. And you see the shape is gonna be pretty much consistent. So this is kind of like fret 1 and 2. This is for major, again, fret 3 and 4, and if I do minor, so it's the same fret, right? So it's a little bit different between the string sets, but you get used to it once you start doing that. So E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B, again, diminished, we're thinking about diminished, but it's just a minor 3rd, C major, D minor, E minor, and F. One more time. Okay, E minor, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. One more time from E to F and back. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Cool. Now from the 4th string, we're gonna start with F, but we're still thinking in C major. So this is F, this is the 4th degree, and then G. So 1 and 5th fret, and then G major, A minor, B diminished, again, just a minor 3rd, C. So again, together, F major, G major, A minor. Listen to these sounds, like tell yourself, oh, this is A minor, this is the 6th degree in C major, this is how it sounds. Take your time and enjoy the sounds. Hear how beautiful this is. It's just like great, I just love it. And you can basically descend to the E minor and to the D minor. So you have the open D and the F, and then E minor here, F, G, A minor, B, etc. Cool. So now let's do it one more time in time from the F to the F. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And descending 1, 2, C, B, A minor, G, F. Cool. So when we're practicing these elements, it's really helpful for some reason to practice it in time. So if you just kind of play it and you kind of see it, you kind of hear it, but it's not in time, it's not as strong. It could be very slow, it's fine. You can count 4 counts. You can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's totally cool. And again, I would use a metronome. Right now, the metronome is far. Not that far, but usually I really practice with a click, with a metronome, with a beat, a loop, anything you want, just so you're like grooving and feeling it as much as possible. Another really cool thing you can do is taking the scale C major with a 10th, but instead of playing it in order, you can jump. So do C, E minor, D minor, F, E minor, G, F, A. So it gives it a little kind of cool sound, and also you are being flexible with information, which I think is super helpful. The next step would be taking that framework of C, maybe a little line, and sing the chords. Just moving around. So I'm really keeping this line pretty much intact, not really changing it, maybe a hair, but just kind of like a lot of C, and then moving the chords around it. And the idea is that I want to see the framework and I want to be comfortable jumping from the different areas on the guitar to my lines. And again, the line can start here, and then the line can be whatever you want it to be. But the point is that we want to be flexible with information. So the way to practice it is seeing it clearly and working the things in the lab, so again, just practicing the framework of C major scale and seeing the 10th, and then trying to make music with this. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I hope this was helpful and interesting. I hope you like those 10ths. I think they're super beautiful and super, just super awesome sound. If you like it, please share it with a friend. Please comment and tell me why you like it. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace. Oh, there's one more really cool thing that I forgot to show you guys. So I'm gonna take F, A minor, and B flat. So 1, 2, 3. Looping this. 3, 4. Playing this in a higher octave. So I'm in the key of F. A little melody. doing here is really very, very, very simple, but also very rewarding. I do love it. So I'm just really taking 3 chords. I took 1, because this is F, 3 A minor, and 4 B flat, looped it a little lower, right? Or you can start with this F, and then I did the same thing an octave up, but just the sound and the timbre is so nice with guitar. So if you layer these like 2 or 3 layers, it sounds really, really nice. And then adding like just a little melody just sounds like, whoa, there is almost a song there. So this is a really cool way to practice this and being creative as well. Peace.